So we showed this thing at our table. It's new. It just came out, and you know, we've had continued requests for annotation stuff, and Williams AV sent us an email just out of the blue about 3.5 weeks ago that said no more point makers. We don't have the parts for them. We can't get any more parts for them. So they just kind of effectively cut it off, and it left us without really any choices other than there's an Extron device, but it was on back order for 1.5 years. And so this guy came out. We thought, you know, maybe this is a solution. Maybe this will check some boxes. It's very much more simple than a typical annotation device, but we showed it at our booth and people really liked it. We've got a few different places where it's headed. It just landed back here today. So we thought, well, maybe we'll see if you guys want to take a look and ask some questions, especially since for some of you, we didn't get to see very much. I know you guys were really on the run. Some of you, we didn't see at all. So we thought maybe we'd show it to you real quick and then see if anybody wants to see a demo.
As I have it set up right now, we have just this laptop here on the table running feed into this screen, which is then projecting into the QOMO, which is then projecting up onto our Epson short throw projector. So I will change the camera angle real quick for y'all to get a better feel. So once if this were to be like integrated and installed, you're just gonna have your coach or presenter, whoever you got up here at the front, maybe in a podium situation like I have it right now. And then you're just gonna relay that feed direct into whatever additional display projector that you have in the front of the screen. And a lot of you guys saw how I was using it just at the booth, but in actuality, it's just a really, really amazing touchscreen monitor with this native annotation software that you can relay into any other program that you're running or using, be it, you know, what are the two big ones?
DV Sport and Catapult.
DV Sport and Catapult, be it YouTube, whatever you guys want to run it into, you have that ability just to bring it into your desktop and then manage different annotation from there. So you can manipulate your screen and whatever you got going on there, and then you can bring these other tools directly into the video. You can clear your screen that easy. Yeah, I'll make it yellow so you can, maybe not with the Vikings playing. I'll make it red. So yeah, you can just bring that, this guy's swooping over here, et cetera, et cetera. You can erase, you can expand, you can go back into your software. And then I didn't have time, but you can also import additional feeds or, still images or videos or even like HTTP feeds, screen mirroring type stuff. If you have a stream that you want to tap into or anything like that, you can go from there. So you can have grid patterns, you can have images, you can delete your background. If you guys can see
images that are
yeah. You can embed any save file that you have, essentially. I haven't had a ton of time. We just got this back today from the Combine for me to explore all those other tools. Like I know when we were talking to you guys over at the Patriots, you were talking about the ability to customize those tools, correct?
Yeah, if there was a way to just we're basic, if there was a button that you could just change the color, a button that you could erase, and then a button that you can undo, and it tucks way at the bottom. That would be
we
could
did
choose
discover
your own panel, because I know you could drag it around, but if you could just have it pop up at the bottom, or I don't know.
Yeah. So you want it to have a place where it just, like this flow button down in the left corner. You want it to just be a permanent fixture.
Yeah, just sits there out of sight. Maybe even if it's a transparent, you can see through the buttons type of thing.
Yeah. So I haven't had the opportunity to dig into that too much deeper. We can talk to our friends at QOMO and see if
Yeah.
there's more potential for
And,
that.
and we filled out a demo form for you, Jared, yesterday. You've got one on its way. In fact, I think it shipped today.
Yeah, as long as I get it before Joe Harrington, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Joe Harrington's actually getting hours that we have
Yep.
here.
And yeah, what other resources? Yeah, you can bring in your desktop from your computer, locals, yeah, just local files, et cetera, et cetera. You can import files, export files. You can print directly from the screen. You can take screen grabs and send them out directly. I'm discovering this with you guys as in real time, learning more about it. So we have a clock, broadcast, scoreboard again. So yeah, are there any questions or anything that you guys are curious about?
Or even that you noticed when you played around with it.
You can
Anything.
embed a document camera immediately as well. So, and you can just choose from your camera sources. I only have 2 to this laptop, so that's kind of neat. I imagine you could do like a split screen type situation with that, where you can have multiple sources on the page at a given time, and then you have multiple pages that you can play with.
And then you can export it and print them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I mean, it's about a third the price of any of the other annotation devices that you guys have looked at. If it checks any of the boxes, I like that it's pretty portable. I know, Sam, you like the fluidity
Yeah,
of the
the pen
pen.
itself is just, here, I'll change the,
But you can also write with your finger, as I recall.
yeah, of course, yeah. So it's just like incredibly fluid. It feels like an ink quill pen. If you guys can see that, I'm not sure you can. But it's just, you know, super intuitive in that sense.
Quick erase, which is cool.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, that's kind of what I got for you guys right now.
These guys all muted.
Yeah, they've all muted themselves.
Oh. Well, that's awfully thoughtful.
I thought so too. So yeah, if anybody have any questions or wondering
Questions or comments or
thoughts?
You need a splitter, right? If you're gonna hook up, like we have a document camera, we have iPads, and then obviously the computer. So you'd need a splitter to switch in between the different inputs that go into that, right?
Yes, it's, yeah, because it has just the one input. So
we've got.
it does have external USB. So if you wanted to have just attach a USB camera or, you know, document camera or keyboard or whatever, any USB device can just be inherent to the monitor and almost like a KVM. Doesn't matter your source, you can play with it like that.
We've got all the switches. I mean, but switchers all day long here.
So, yeah. But does anyone currently, I was looking at the Williams AV, does it have more than one input?
That's the one that you
Yes.
use. Raiders
It
use a lot,
does?
yeah, Pat.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. So that's one drawback from this, is that you have to do some switching before getting into this display. If you're going between computer sources, if you have different computers going into it. Yeah, and then all of those computers would just need to download that software prior. So
What do you guys think?
if that's a big roadblock.
It's,
So there's a software that comes with that you need.
If you want, just like what I'm using right now, yeah, it's called FlowWorks Pro V2. It comes just on a USB dongle when you get the product.
you mentioned that you were interested in having it for, not necessarily for meeting rooms. What was your use case? What were you talking about?
well, our defensive staff room, but I mean, I see where Jared's going.
One of the benefits that I could see with this guy in particular is the potential portability of it versus one of your integration pieces, be it an Extron or be it a Williams AV, where you can't necessarily travel with that effectively. Whereas this is a monitor that you can relay the signal to anywhere. So to your travel projector or what have you. It's just another hard case that you have to bring rather than, completely dismantling it from, a networking space or, some rack.
Is it similar to like, does it still go through the planar, touchscreen?
The actual product is the screen that I'm using currently.
Okay.
And the pen.
So you
Okay.
don't need an additional screen.
Yeah.
Does it have all those, all those icons got to stay on there? Cause I think Jared kind of mentioned that too. I think they would be like, they want to get all that off there.
Yeah, if you're just using it in this space, they're kind of there. I'm still gonna figure out what you can do. But when you bring it to your desktop or something like that.
So like, see all the stuff at the bottom of the screen? Would that still be up there?
Like the colors,
Like I wouldn't want anything other than like those 3 buttons of like.
Sure, you want to just like hide these.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm still not sure. I'll have to play with it and figure it out and talk to some folks, but if you just want essentially just the white screen and then be able to, minimize tools.
Yeah, I would just want it to be like an extended view of the computer the coaches are working on.
Yeah.
And then just those 3 buttons, like delete, change color, and then just
Yeah, I'll have to look into that a little bit for you, but I can get you some info.
sounds like everyone has an interest in that, so we'll follow up with everybody.
Yeah.
And you have to install a program on the computer in order to use that?
Yeah. In order to use this annotation software and just to annotate, yes. And if there's another software that you guys prefer, or you could just use it in conjunction. I know DB Sport has inherent annotation capabilities and like all that stuff. So you could just relay it to this and you would ultimately do the same thing. But if you want to be able to take this particular annotation software into, a web page or a video feed or, anything like that, then yeah, it's going to be this FlowWorks from QOMO, that software. But there's other software out there that you can use in conjunction with it. More than anything, this is just like the most user-friendly and touch-capable display for presentation, like bar none.
Yeah, I will restate what Jared and Duds and those guys have already said. I can guarantee you that if you're gonna sell it to 32 teams, that the biggest complaint or biggest ask by every coach will be minimal icons on the screen, 3, drawing tool, color, and erase. I mean, it is really that simple.
Okay.
Everything else is great for everybody else but football coaches. They don't care about anything else.
Yep,
When they want to hit as few buttons and they want to see as little noise on that screen as possible.
yep,
Since we've shared, I mean, over and over again with all the people that, that come to the table. That's one of the reasons why, some of those ones were so popular at the beginning, because you literally hit the pen and everything went away. That's why
Yeah.
they like using the Exos drawing tool with this just regular touchscreen, because they hit play and it goes away. But
Yeah.
the problem is when you want to bring other applications, you want to draw over top of a PDF or PowerPoint or something else that isn't involved in the Thunder application, you can't do that when you're just using the Thunder tool. And that's where this needs to be able to be used. So
okay,
Now, what if you had we have like a document camera, which you can't like really install something onto?
If you have a document camera, And that's just your sole source.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played with that. Is it HDMI
It
or is
would
it
be like-
USB?
would be like DVI to like HDMI.
Got it. Okay.
Like-
So you could bring that feed in here, and I haven't played with that. That's a good question, and I'm curious about that. I imagine, I don't know. I imagine there's probably something you can do. I know that this has embedded inputs within this software for yeah, it's good. For document cameras.
Yeah, if this is a solution for the future that's important for you guys, then we'll 100% get on board with the people at QOMO and see what we can do. If there's something you need that it's not currently doing, to see what we can do to make it work for you.
I mean, personally, I would like to not have to install anything onto a laptop, or like I would just hope that it worked as like a telestrator did, and you just whatever gets projected to it, you could just draw right on it.
Mhm.
That's just me.
Okay, all right, guys, we know you're swamped. Thank you for joining in so quickly, and we'll get some answers and get them back over to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.